I have decided, well, I've known this for a long time, that I'm tired of like the wavy hair, like dictatorship that tells us how we must style our wavy hair. Because look, if you want to scrunch your hair, you want to put gel in your hair, you want to put mousse in your hair, that's all great. But I also realized something too, that those hairstyles, they're really for people that want to super accentuate like a curl pattern in their hair. And I get it, like if you are into 2B territory, 2C territory, like I'm 2B, 2C. I haven't washed my hair for like, I don't know. I'm on day 13 because I'm doing like every other week hair washing now. But I do a lot of wet styling. But the thing is, I don't want to put mousse in my hair. I don't want to put gel in my hair. I did that once. And I honestly believe, in my heart of hearts, that you can brush your hair if you have wavy hair. Like, I think it's a choice if you don't want to brush your hair. But you can. I think, like, there are even people with curly hair that do brush their hair, but this is what you do. Like, hello. The sink is your best friend, and the sink has been my best friend forever. Water, oil, brush. It's fine. I mean, it's not, and you know what happens, honestly? When you do this, it just brings your waves like they pop up. It might not be the desired wavy pattern, but I don't really care anyway because even though that's pretty, I never set out to achieve that. And I think people that want that, the people who want that, they also want to cut their hair shorter. They want layers in their hair because they want to accentuate that bouncy, like kind of coily wave. They want, basically people want spiral curls, which I think are really beautiful. But another thing I don't really get about the wavy hair hegemony is like a lot of them, even when they just styled their hair with the gel or the mousse, they're like, well, the waves aren't perfect enough, so they have to, drum roll please, they have to take out a curling iron to fix the wonky ones. And I'm just like, that's fine, but I feel like this is kind of going towards people that want very, very, very uniform curls. And even people with curly hair, your hair is not completely uniform all the time. And I feel like our society kind of loses its mind if you select or choose not to have like a uniform wave pattern. But you know, one way that you actually could have just a uniform wave pattern and be able to brush through your hair is if you wanted to wear it loose, which honestly, I don't want to do that all the time unless you enjoy Tangletown. If Tangletown's your friend, if you love Tangletown and you love tangles, then yeah, wear your hair loose like all the time, everywhere, doing everything. And mark my words, I knew if I posted another braid video, somebody would be talking about undoing the braid coming out. That's all people ever think about. They just think, I mean, maybe there are women that just wear their hair loose all the time. They have no damage. Like, they just brush it. But I'm skeptical of that because I know, like, if you have more wavy hair, it's going to tangle up into itself. Or these women are okay. Like, some women are okay with tangles in their hair. And I just have to be honest with you. I hate tangles in my hair. I don't like parts of my hair sticking together, and I've seen people even with wavy or curly hair that wear it loose all the time, that when they go to do their wash day, they have a lot of tangles in their hair. And to me, I don't want tangles in my hair like all the time. Thanks. Thank you. I just don't like tangles. Like, I want a brush to like go through my hair very simply, very gently. And I'm finding that with less product, like I used a little bit of leave-in conditioner, but I think I'm just gonna use like the creamy ones from now on. Like, I kind of like this Garnier Fructis one, but I'm not doing the spray-on ones anymore because I just find they make my hair sticky. And you can have wavy hair and it can hold its shape and actually accentuate its shape by wearing it in a braid or multiple braids. And to me, this is much softer. Like, I know people are like, but after I do all the mousse and gel in my hair, I can take oil and scrunch it and it's soft. It is to an extent, but it's also weighed down a little bit more than what I want. I just don't like the feeling of all those products in my hair. Plus, I know they're like, well, it's a healthy hair journey, and I guess like for some people that is healthy, and I do think if you are on the curly spectrum, yes, your hair can definitely benefit from those things. I think people in the 3 and 4 category can benefit from more mousse and more gel. I'm just skeptical that us wavy people really need all that. Like, I feel like people think they need that because they want to have a certain wavy look, but they're trying to make their wavy look more like girls with truly curly hair. And I think, yes, we can hold a curl in our hair, and that's fine if you want to do that, but you need to stop trying to make your hair look like that when your hair looks more wavy. Like, you know? That's just my opinion on that. Well, I'm glad that you enjoy watching my video. So anyhow, those are just my thoughts on the whole wavy hair thing. I think less product is more, and I also think, because I have some of those gels, and I thought about trying them again, not gels, but the mousse, but I'm like, I really didn't like the way that it made my hair feel heavy and sticky, and then I had to wash my hair after 2 days, and I just feel like that's a lot of work, and that's not what I want to do with my hair. So I think, yeah, if you have curly hair, because your hair, it's going to be a higher porosity, it's going to absorb those things, and maybe that would benefit people with curly hair. But I just don't think us wavy hair people need to pretend like we have curly hair. We have wavy hair. It's not straight and it's not curly, it's wavy. And I don't think that we need to try and mimic like a 3B pattern, because our hair is not 3B. We do not have spiral curls. And I know, like, yes, honestly, I love curly hair. It's beautiful. But I don't want to pretend like my hair is naturally curly. And yeah, I've curled my hair before where it holds a curl very easily because I have wavy hair. But I didn't need any product in my hair to do that. If you have wavy hair, you don't really need to be putting products in your hair to, like, if you just did a wet curl. I still stand by the belief, I don't think heat is good for our hair. Maybe some people really believe that, but I see a lot of curly girls that don't do heat at all, and they don't believe in heat. I mean, maybe some heat is good for you, but there's things I really hate about heat, okay? Number one, I hate when people want to blow dry your hair and it goes everywhere. That's just so counterintuitive to me, because I like to brush my hair very gently and try and make sure all the tangles are out so everything's kind of loose and flowy. I love that. That's what I love about my hair. Like, I like doing that with my hair. I feel like blow drying is the opposite of that, because your hair is flying everywhere. And even like, okay, we're getting down into, I don't care if I never have a sponsorship again. I know a lot of people, like, especially like bigger channels, they're like, sponsorship is the bread and butter of my channel. And I was getting a few of them, but they are so deceptive. And I'm going to talk about the deception of sponsorships, okay? Because I did one. And I did exactly what I was asked to do. I showed the product. I did it. I made a nice video. But then somebody came back and they said it wasn't good enough. And they wanted me to steam a polyester thing. And you're not supposed to iron and steam polyester. That's not safe. And I wasn't compensated, by the way. I found out, you know what, I'm doing this very cheaply. I'm not asking for like a payment of a $50 or $100 for a post. I just said, send me the free product. I did free advertising for you. But I was told it wasn't good enough. So I decided after that, I've been scammed. It's a scam. Anybody that tells you after the fact, if they didn't have a contract where they specifically said that you needed to do these things and they didn't pay you in advance, I won't do any more sponsorships like that in exchange for a free product. And this kind of goes into other things. Like, I've tried them before, but I've just decided I like doing maybe like shopping hauls of things that I buy with my own money. But unless the sponsorship's really good and it really doesn't have like some weird criteria, I'm just not going to do them anymore, because like unless there's like some sort of contract where they're actually going to pay you, because I feel like with the bigger channels, I know that, or even smaller channels, I know people are getting paid, like they get paid money. And here I am, I'm a dupe like, or dupe, that I'm just like, oh, you can give it to me in place, for free. But I started realizing recently, why am I selling myself short? I made good content for you, very good content for you, and you didn't really appreciate it. Like, you did not appreciate what I did. So I thought that's like kind of scammy on your part, and yeah, I don't like that. So in the future, I just don't think that product sponsorships are for me. And I know I've never really appealed to the product sponsorship crowd anyway. Like, I've gotten a few, but I've never got lots of them because I think you have to kind of present yourself a certain way, and I like raw unedited video, and that doesn't, like, I know a lot of people think like, oh, it's quality when it's edited, but do I totally agree with that? Not super much, because I'm like, it kind of goes into this like dictatorship of social media, like this social media dictatorship where people say on Instagram or on TikTok, you can post your less curated stuff, but YouTube must be the highly curated stuff, even though we have a live stream capability on YouTube. Who made these rules? I break the rule hegemony every day, all the way. I don't follow the rule. And some people are like, you must follow the rule. You have to follow the rule. No, I'm not going to anymore. I decided. I don't want to like try and simp. Like, now, if you want to be a simp, that's fine. But I'm not simping for like some hegemony that was created by people that don't own YouTube. Why are you simping to them? Like, and some people are like, and I've seen a few edited videos where the people kind of kept in their like little mistake, and then they edited it to look like, oh, look at me, like I'm just so perfect, but yet I make a mistake. But I'm like, what's the point of that? If you're gonna have an edited video, why not just cut that out? I don't really get it. Like, it's, I mean, and you can tell it's very stylized because of the lighting and like the camera, and that's fine if that's what people enjoy watching. But I have to just be I just have to be honest. Like, I can't pretend when it comes to social media, like, oh wow, like, and this and that. Like, I'm just gonna be honest on my feelings on things, and I think that's just the best way forward. Like, the best way forward on your channel is just to do things the way you see fit. I don't have any, like, when it comes to YouTube, I don't have anybody that I consider a role model. I'm my own role model. I've always been my own role model every day, all the way. That's how I am in life, and that's how I am on social media. Because the way I am on social media is the way I am in life. Like, I don't deviate. I don't play a character on this channel because I'm just myself. Like, when I come and talk with you about things, yeah, it's off the cuff because that's what people want on my channel anyway. If you want curated stuff, you'll go to the curated land. I am not curated, and I don't like curated stuff. So I'm not going to pretend to be someone for you. And yeah, I think people already know that about me. So yeah, and the curated stuff's kind of boring anyway, because you can see a lot of that, and that wasn't what YouTube was in the beginning. And why should you like amend yourself? And I do post edited videos, and I have in the past, so it's not that I'll never post an edited video again. I just have very little desire and craving to post an edited video anymore, because why? What's the point? I can do it, but sometimes, honestly, the live stream's just better. It is, because it's more authentic. And I go against YouTube hegemony. Like, there's this group of people that said Twitch is for streaming, Instagram and TikTok is for less curated content, and YouTube's for this really aspirational content, but they make the rules and regulations. No, they do it for themselves, but not for us. Like, if you believe in yourself and you know what you like to do, you don't have to follow their rules, because YouTube has a streaming capability too. And anybody that chastised someone because their video wasn't edited enough, I'm like, first off, some of this does come from a place of privilege, because some of these people that did that have like the really well edited videos. They have like a person that can help them with YouTube. And if you're like a solitary YouTuber, like you don't even have to be a single person. Let's just say like you could be like, I know that there's married people that are in the same boat. I mean, nobody in their family or their friends really want to help them with it, so they do it all themselves. And then like later, maybe some people make money and they hire people, but it kind of comes from a place of privilege when you can have like somebody that you can hire right off the bat to help you with those things. And also it kind of comes from a type A mentality sometimes. And I don't mesh with type A people. Like I love like perfection in artwork, but when it comes to like video content, I'm not a fan, because it's just not true that people don't like uncurated content, because they do consume it a little bit more on YouTube than this hegemony group wants you to believe, because the hegemony creates these faux rules, and they're like, we are the popular kids in school, you must abide by our rules. And I guess there's just something about me being introverted, kind of nerdy, that I don't go along with the people that are like, we are the popular kids in school and these are our rules and regulations. I don't go along with that as a kid, and as an adult, like, no. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that are going to fawn over people like that, but have you ever heard of fake it until you make it? They're faking all these rules because if they say it, you believe it. Like, it's just like a cult. Like, somebody could get up and say, there's a pink glow thing that is God, and it created the world, and there will be some people that would fall for that, and I'm not kidding, and I can't make this up, because if somebody gets up on, camera, film, whatever, and they say something very, like, strongly and definitively, people are going to be like, well, that must be true, because so-and-so and so-and-so said it, but it doesn't necessarily make it true. And I'm not saying I don't love curated content ever, because I do sometimes like to watch edited videos, but I kind of enjoy like more just off the cuff conversations, and they're more organic. I like things that are more organic, so that's what I gravitate towards in my YouTube channel. That's like kind of my content style. So you need to find your own content style. You don't need to mimic what other people are doing on social media. I think there's a little bit of wanting to play the popular kids in school by people saying this is what everybody wants. That's because they decided, or maybe they hired, maybe their PR firm said say that, and that's what everybody will believe. Because people will believe something if you get up and tell them. And also I guess it depends on, are you doing the long game, or are you just a flash in the pan? I know I've talked about this before, but it's really a thing that I'm seeing lately nowadays, is a lot of people that are into like beautiful, super type A curated content. That's part of their personality type, and good for them, but it's kind of like they have this like perfectionism about them that they can only watch and post things like that. So after a while you won't see them anymore, because either they just grew bored of YouTube, or they had these like grandiose expectations that they didn't get like 1 million followers in 1 month, so they're not doing YouTube anymore. It's not fun for them. But I always enjoy doing YouTube. And like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago I had somebody when I first started this channel saying that I needed to post videos like this one particular curated person that did very curated hair videos because people would like those better, and that's what they want. But I was never a DIY kind of person. Like, I just talk about my experiences and what I see on the internet. Hi, how you doing? Like, these are just organic conversations. So anyway, I just never aspired to be that YouTuber. That wasn't my aspiration. Like, I don't feel like becoming or being that YouTuber would benefit me, because I'm not that person. I cannot pretend to be somebody I'm not. It's just not in my DNA to feign a certain YouTube personality type when I could just come on here and be my own real authentic self. And I guess another reason that I don't want to be so curated is because I used to watch movies, but I realized I don't really watch things on TV. I don't really watch movies. I just look at like maybe YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. So if I don't really look at those things, why would I want content on YouTube that's reminiscent of something that's very highly produced? I'm not saying those things aren't beautiful. I just don't see the point. I don't feel any connection with people like that. I kind of look to YouTubers I can feel like some sort of connection with. Like I was watching some videos by this lady on a topic, I don't know, that I'm not really interested in. But I guess what drew me in is her videos are somewhat edited, but she also has like a rawness to her that I really appreciate. Like she was just talking about how like when she's promoting herself, she's not the top person because like she doesn't have like these people to post things for her. Like she doesn't have, you know, like people that work for her basically. She's talking about how she's doing this herself. And I don't know, I just kind of resonated with that, even though the topic that she makes videos about is completely different than me. But I just loved her personality and she was very relatable to someone like me. And she just seemed like somebody that if you met her, you felt like you could have a conversation with her. And as a more introverted person, I am able to talk to many different people. But sometimes when you just meet somebody that you feel like you kind of would resonate with in real life more, like you're drawn to that person. And I'm like, she might not even have the most subscribers in her particular topic on YouTube, but I just found her so much more relatable. And she wasn't talking about how perfect curated content is the best. And I'm getting kind of tired of that because I feel like the type A people are being bullies. And keep your type A stuff to yourself. Like you go do your type A thing, but leave the rest of us in peace, because there are certain things that people that aren't type A can make very beautiful, but they don't need to brag about it. That's another thing too. Like I think type A people, do they have a little bit of narcissism to them? Is there a little bit of narcissism that coalesces with a type A personality? I kind of feel like there is. Like maybe they don't know, maybe they're more of a covert narcissist, but I see it because it's kind of like they want everybody to think only they, like this has just been my interaction with people that tell me they're type A. They're not exactly like reserved type people that are afraid to tell you that they're type A. They're very like in your face about it, and they tell you that they do something better. And I don't know, it's kind of a turn off. Like even if somebody was really good at something and they had to tell me that they were really good at something, I don't know, I would probably just walk outside and go for a walk and look at the trees, because I wouldn't be interested. Like the minute I encounter somebody like that, my interest plummets and I'm like, okay, and I walk away. Whereas there's some people that'd be like, wow, like that's so amazing. So I don't know, I'm not enthralled by it. Like it just doesn't do it for me. Like I know some people might be like, wow, that's so cool, but I feel like the truly talented people, even if they have some type A characteristics, they're more reserved about it. Like there's a way to be on social media and tell if somebody's just more reserved and they're not gonna be like, okay, I guess another way to put it is they have a slightly narcissistic personality type, so they're not really worried about other people. Like all they really think about is themselves, and like they don't really worry about, ooh, if they say a certain way thing, like will that kind of like bother people. Like they don't think about that, or they're just so grandiose they think you'll go along with whatever they say. So I don't know, I could be wrong, but I do think there's a little bit of narcissism when it comes to this type A personality on YouTube. It's not super relatable to me, and so I don't really go along with it, in my opinion. Be right back, because as you know, we take all the breaks we want here. this is another thing I've been thinking too. I've also been considering this. I think true escapism comes with finding people that are more aligned and more authentic with you, because I don't find that it's super relaxing to watch people that just kind of talk about curated content and only post that. Like, if somebody has never posted a live, I'm like, why? Why have you never been live on YouTube? What are you scared of? You scared of something? You scared you're gonna say something that's not curated? What are you scared of? What are you scared of? What are you scared of? If you haven't posted a live, I'm like, why? Scared? You scared to say something that you can't curate and edit? I don't know. It's just, I get it, some people don't want to go live and they have their own reasons for not wanting to go live, but I think going live kind of just makes someone more relatable to me. Or if they do have edited content, like they're not super like afraid, they're not like, oh my gosh, I can only post this most beautiful I'm like, no. Be curated about art and other stuff, not a YouTube video, guys. Like, unless you want to be a flash in the pan. If you want to be a flash in the pan, then yeah, you can do that. But I don't know. This is just my thoughts on YouTube. Some people like being flashy in the pan. They love that sort of thing. I don't know what anybody likes, really. I know what I like, or some people I know like, but I don't pretend to know like what is on the pulse of social media at the moment, and I'm not really interested in trying to make that my main focus and concentration. I don't know. okay, so now I want to take my hair. Oh no, I shouldn't be wearing a necklace. I knew it. I like necklaces, but sometimes I don't like how the hair gets stuck in the back of that. Okay, so I'm going to take my hair, pull it to the side, and go brush, brush, brush. Well, first I'm going to push some water through my hairbrush. So it kind of gives me a nice little bit of smoothness. I think I'm going to wash my hair today, so I don't know if I really feel like brushing my hair today or not. Maybe I just feel like having it brushed out. That's what I'm thinking. I am going to film a more edited video on one of my other channels because it's just what I'm feeling like doing. Alright, my friendly friends, I think that shall be the ends of the stream. Have fun.